What's up, world? I'm Austin. Welcome to That Toy Life. As always, my friends are here, Ashley and Ray. And guess what? We have no intro music this week. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'll recreate it.
Boom, 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 boom. But yeah,
I
don't
can't
know.
even remember the music.
Yeah, I don't either.
I was just adding some bass in there,
No, but guys, I have to say though, I have a pretty awesome haul this week. Like, well, not this week. It actually was a few weeks ago, but now that we're meeting after so long,
Yep.
I've been waiting for the Batman and Robin set from the McFarlane, company, and now they're finally, they finally arrived. I don't know if you guys care or not, but man, let me tell you something. I love these figures. They are really good. And I bought every single one of them. Like I got Batgirl. We got
you have the big kahuna put together.
Oh yeah. So
I can't wait to see him.
Finally, basically we got everybody here, and then they build Mr. Freeze, which this is the main reason I wanted this whole set, because I just love me some Mr. Freeze. But the face sculpt is really good. I mean, just the sculpt, he just looks really good. I mean, he's a really well done figure. He was real simple to pop in. I didn't have the issues with him like I had the Condiment King, where it's really loose. Like he's pretty tight, legs are tight. The joints, they all popped in fairly easily. Nothing was hard. I mean, the shoulder pads are a little, they're soft good, not soft goods, but they're like rubber. So this is a little, so you can move it, and it's real easy to, take them in and out. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm impressed with this line. I mean, just, even the main duo, Batman and Robin. I mean, I was really impressed with this Clooney figure. I don't know if you can really tell from here, but the cape material is actually kind of different than any of the other ones I've ever experienced. Because look, I mean, it's very soft, but it's rubber. It feels like the material that his real cape was made out of in the movie. So, I mean, that was pretty well done. The only thing I noticed about these figures, and I don't know if this is for all the McFarlane toys, and I don't know if this is like how they cut corners in certain places, but I notice in their arm joints, it's a little, I would say it's like you have your arm joint, like you have your arm that you pop into the socket. Then there's like this ring piece that goes in the middle to sort of hide the connection. And then the shoulder starts. And I really noticed that with especially with her, since she's got the bare arms. See how you can see the third ring, and I had to actually pop this arm out and put it back in, because when I took her out of the box, it was a pretty loose arm, and the little middle piece was really loose. And at first I thought it was like a defect on the figure, but once I popped it out, took the piece off, and kind of reset everything and popped it back in, it kind of was back to normal. So I didn't, but yeah, I don't know if that's, and I'm kind of noticed that with all of them. So I don't know if that's a sort of a trick, like a little hidden feature that some of these toy makers don't tell you, is how they they cut corners. I don't know, but other than that, I have no complaints about this set. Even my wife, I mean, she lays claim to the Poison Ivy figure. She loves her so much, and then the figure turned out so well. This stays in her office. But yeah, the rest of them,
show Robin again.
Yeah, I was going to say Robin's actually really good too. I mean, all of them had pretty well done face sculpts, and the body sculpts are really good.
But if you notice, look at the shoulders.
Yeah,
the ring part. It's all red.
Yeah.
It's all red, and that just drives me up the wall. Because the whole thing is red. It's like they didn't paint, and that's the negative about those joints.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see how that could be a negative. I mean, to me, it's not. It's very minute and doesn't take away from it. But I can definitely see it. Like I could see some people complaining about it.
Yeah, I mean, that Robin looks great. Other than that,
I was going to say, other than those tiny little technical details in the cracks. I mean, it's. Yeah. Other than that, when you look at these figures just off the bat, I mean, his face sculpt looks great. I mean, it looks like Chris O'Donnell. Clooney, for the most part, looks like Clooney. Uma, got Alicia. I mean, I couldn't get over it, man. I really couldn't get over this Batman. It makes me excited for the Batman Forever figure. I really hope they drop that series soon, because I'm just obsessed with getting the Val Kilmer Batman, getting that version of Robin if they'll put him out, because that suit's my favorite over. I think I like that suit more than this movie suit, but this was a cool suit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love that original Robin suit. And obviously they'll probably put out like Riddler and Two-Face. That would be great. But yeah, I want that Val Kilmer suit. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. I don't think I had any other major hauls other than that. I also didn't show you in the bit. I mean, there's in his gun, I had the ice piece on there, but all the pieces, all the figures, they came with like ice features and stuff, like little, put some ice on their fists or on their body somewhere or something like that. There's usually little bits and pieces. It's pretty neat.
It's too bad they didn't give you the ice skate attachments.
Right. That would have been awesome. Great to put them in their Batman and Robin boxes. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that, I did like, I still had the stupid kid logic where, like you just accept whatever's happening. But man, like even as a kid, I still wondered, like when they they put their little shoes together and the ice blades pop out. I just remember wondering for the longest. So I was like, where do the blades go? Like where are they stored?
I was just like real cocky when that came out. I was like, listen, because I remember, I think it was my cousin I had a conversation with, and I'm like, look, they planned this out with Alfred beforehand, okay? Like they knew that they were going to face off against Mr. Freeze, so Batman had these skates specially made. But yeah, no,
Alfred, we're going to go do a poison ivy tonight. I might get horny when I get back. Just do something about it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's like beyond that though, I really do. I'm enjoying these movie figures. I mean, I'll tell you this much: these look better than the majority of the Batman, like I don't know what you'd call that, the Dark Knight trilogy figures that came out.
Oh yeah,
like Two-Face and
you look better.
Yeah, I was gonna say for some reason I'm surprised that they didn't go all out on those the way these were, but technology, But yeah. I guess none of y'all have any hauls this week.
Yeah, I got one.
You do?
Want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine won't take long. I finally got some of the. I don't have the box with me, but I have the series 2 of the Marvel Studios.
Okay, cool.
I got 3 of them. I just wanted to see if I could get anything good. Like the one I was really wanting. Like the only 2 from the set I was really wanting. I wanted to get Hawkeye and maybe She-Hulk. And I guess if I had Hawkeye, I wouldn't mind getting the Kate Bishop Hawkeye too. Didn't get any of those. So this is what I got. I'm a little disappointed just because I didn't get any of the ones I was wanting, but you'll see the big disappointment. But so first I got Storm. This is going to be the Storm from the I think this is from
97.
Yeah, the 97 series. Pretty cool. I do like the
Mohawk.
Yeah. Well, I also like the I don't think I have any minifigures that use this kind of cape outline that they use, like one that goes to the arms. I don't think I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen that either. Okay.
Yeah. So the other disappointment is the thing you're scared of when you order multiples of any of these blind bag things. What do you think the big? What's the fear you would deal with? Yes. So I got 2 Echoes.
Oh, sweet. Hey,
I mean, I was great. I was excited when I got the first one. I was like, okay, Echo, great. But then I got the second.
Well, let me look, because I think I might have another She-Hulk, and I'll give you that, and you just shoot me an Echo.
Okay.
Because
I'll try it out.
Yeah. So that's out of the 3. That's what you got: Storm and 2
Echoes and a Storm.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I mean, I like them each as they are, but it's that thing, when you have you kind of have your heart set on getting the ones you hope for.
Yeah.
The ones you got are good. It's just that wasn't one you were hoping for.
Yeah.
Well, hey Ray, you were here for this one, but I didn't show this off because I remember I think I told y'all I'd found like the new Ghostbusters line that's coming out. I had got a blind box thing and got this little fella. Well, then my wife grabbed another one for me and actually had the Slimer that I was looking for. So I got the one with the Stay Puft bag. So I was super excited about that. So now I've got these buddies to hang out with. I'm telling you, I'm impressed. These are way better than the first movie blind.
We know
box.
they do Star Wars stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, these
And
look
Marvel,
more like the
Groot.
style of when the Grogu figures started coming out.
Yeah.
Looks like this is the whoever did these, because it
Yeah.
wasn't the same people or the same artist or whatever for the first movie, because those were a little cheaper. These look great. I mean, you got Slimer. Look at Slimer with the guy's bag, and look at the butt. Look at that butt on him, man. You gotta love that butt.
I think they're trying to take some of that Funko market with some of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of Funko, didn't something happen with their board game department? I think. Did I hear something about that?
I don't know.
Like I want to say I saw like an article somewhere about the death of Funko board games or something like that.
Huh. No, I hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know how well they sold. I will say I saw a lot of different Funko board games like in Target.
Yeah.
And I never knew how well they sold.
Okay, so I will go to my haul for the week, and it's not really it's pieces and parts. So I'm trying to rebuild this Cobra Wolf, and I was missing several pieces. See, I'm still missing a ski that goes right here, which I have one for that side. I'm missing the gun attachment right here. And now I'm missing one more of these ski missiles or whatever you call them that just kind of shoot off. Yeah, I got that one in there pretty tight. So I've got to get one more of those. And what I did get this week was this in the mail and 3 of these red missiles that I've been needing. I had one left over from my childhood Cobra Wolf, and that was it. So now actually I had this ski too left over from my childhood one, and that was it. So now I'm just trying to complete this, and hopefully I will before too long. And that's my haul for the week.
All right,
Well,
so hauls are out of the way.
Hauls out of the way, guys. Well, I know we were talking about, like I mentioned, the Ghostbusters toys coming up soon. I'm starting to see more and more of the toys hitting the stores. But have any of y'all seen the trailers that have dropped for the new Ghostbusters movie?
Yes, I've seen the trailer. Yeah.
Wowie. Are you hyped at all? Because I'm super hyped. Like I can't even contain myself. Like
Actually looks like he's like.
Did you hear my joke? My containment joke.
That was great. I haven't seen the first one yet.
Oh, you still haven't watched Afterlife?
No, I haven't. Is it on streaming for free somewhere?
I thought he was going to say I haven't seen the first Ghostbusters.
No, I've seen that.
I don't think it is, and if it's not, I'm going to find some way to get it to you. Even we'll get you a copy, because you've got to see this movie before before this new one. I mean, if you were a fan at all of the original Ghostbusters, the new movie that's coming up looks like it is going to be our movie. It is. Really? Oh yeah. I mean, it basically obviously picks up where the other movie left off. Go ahead, Ray.
I was going to say, I think I like the look of this movie more than Afterlife, just because. Oh yeah. I think the point of it, or at least it feels like from a retrospective point, it looks like the Afterlife it kind of felt like the Force Awakens type thing, where it was trying to prime, a new era, but for a legacy IP instead of just rebooting it from scratch. So now this looks like they're just going, let's just have fun with a sequel now. We've set up everything. We've got the world set, so we can just go forward now. And it does look like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it basically, to me, it looks like everything that the fans have kind of wanted post Ghostbusters, in terms of just like the future of the Ghostbusters, because like I said, this kind of picks up where the last one left off. If people don't, like, you haven't seen the last one, I don't want to spoil much, but let's just say that you follow the story of a family, that has to, basically they inherit a farmhouse.
Egon's
family, and
it's
Egon's family, but they inherit his old farmhouse, and you discover more things from there, and it all kind of ties back to the first movie. Like it heavily ties back, and it also feels sort of like an epilogue, because it really does close the chapter of the first movie entirely, and then allows it to move forward, so that you can, and then this movie, the new one coming up, feels like step in the right direction, or it feels like they're in the correct ballpark that we were supposed to be in this whole time.
Gotcha.
So we're back in we're back at headquarters. This one looks like it's going to be all in New York at the firehouse, just like a normal Ghostbusters movie. I mean, this one really looks like it's going to be Ghostbusters 3. I mean, and there's a new threat, new enemies. It looks like there's even more new characters. I love that it looks like we're gonna dig further into their world in terms of like what are the Ghostbusters up to now, and especially now that it's like I don't want to get into certain details because I'd spoil some of it for you in the new movie, but let's just say they get certain resources, and now we get to really see them play with these resources.
Mm-hmm.
And for one, I see a lab. Like in the new movie, they're going to have it looks like a lab all for the ghosts that they catch, which is perfect. That's exactly what Egon would have had if which I kind of assumed that was sort of what he had going on anyways. We just never saw it.
Yeah.
But obviously, whenever they would catch these ghosts, they had to do tests and stuff like that once they had them in containment. So it was like I really enjoy that this movie looks like it's going to really dig further into the mythology and into the sandbox. So
the only thing sad, because I don't know how they would incorporate it with Egon's family, other than like Phoebe, his granddaughter, who's would probably be the closest to him in personality. But you remember how he always kind of did strange tests.
Oh yeah,
or he would have really off kilter like quirks about his his growing up as a child genius. He almost seems like a very old precursor to like the Sheldon Cooper archetype.
No,
pretty much
geek, or nerd genius. But I just think about I always think about the joke he did in the second movie, which was he was like putting all these people in a waiting room and just like slowly lifting the temperature like 1 degree by 1 degree, and just tell them like they're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, just seeing if there's a connection between heat, exterior heat and your like personality, like your temper
and anger,
which is basically the part. Part ties into the plot of that whole movie. But I love that they cut to the little girl with the puppy, and he's scanning the girl while she's loving on this puppy, and then he just turns to his assistant. Let's take away the puppy, and then it cuts to the next scene. That is Egon is perfect, or like he's the kind of person that's talking about like you tried to drill a hole in their head, and he's like it would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
Although we'll still have Ray there, and like Ray was the one that apparently fell asleep with the goo.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh, pretty much slept with it, Ray. Oh, you hound.
But yeah, it looks like this movie's going to have all the magic, hopefully, of the original. Not only just having all the people coming back, but it looks like it's going to be a great Ghostbusters movie. So I'm super hyped. It's coming out in March. There's even a comic line that's going to come out because I think it's like a prequel that leads up into the movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it pre-ordered, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. It looks promising. I feel like we're back on track with the.
I'll make a prediction though. This is gonna be my prediction. I think Ray and maybe Winston will appear pretty like compared to the other character
they'll be the mainstays.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna show up more in like runtime. Like I think they're gonna be woven throughout the first to the end. But I don't think Peter's gonna play a big part. I think he's gonna be along the lines of like Spider-Man: No Way Home. I don't think he's gonna show up till the climax.
Probably, yeah. That's how I feel.
Because I have seen a scene where it looks like he's showing up and it looks like to the firehouse, and he has a greeting like he hasn't been there in a while because I think he sees what's her name, Janine.
Yeah, he sees Janine's
in the suit. He's like, "Oh, you got
in a uniform." Yeah,
finally in a uniform. So yeah, I think he's going to show up just because of like the disaster that's happened. He's like, "Yep, I guess I got to go do that." Yeah,
and I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either, but it's one of those things where I'm just like, Bill Murray, get off your high horse. You're in enough trouble as it is. You need to just shut up and just have some fun with the friends that want you around right now.
Right. Which, I mean, it seems like that's what he's pretty much doing now. He's just like, hey guys, I'm here. You want to bust some ghosts? But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Yeah. Another talking about like movie news and stuff like that. Also the DC universe, they're gearing up. I already saw like a post, I think it was an Instagram post or a Twitter post or something from James Gunn. It's basically like this box or boxes, and it was storyboards. He was just basically like, oh, some storyboards for the new Superman movie, and it's just slap full. So I'm like, all the secret goodies. I would love to just dig through that.
He's living a nerd dream right now.
Like, dude, nerd dream
the fact
is
that
an
he
understatement.
the fact that he already is a nerd, and then he's actually getting to do, the quintessential superhero,
and the fact that not only that, but he gets to set the look and tone of other character. I mean, cameos, but like Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl.
Well, I know.
Mr. Terrific.
Considering his joke, I'm pretty. Yeah, it makes it sound like I think his Guy Gardner is definitely gonna have the bowl cut.
Oh yeah. I hope so.
Just so he. Well, he made the joke about like he cast Nathan Fillion simply because he wanted to see him in a bowl cut.
Yeah, I hope so. But
that would be great. I was going to say, also, speaking of, go ahead.
Since we're talking about movies, before we segue into toys, they named Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to segue into toys quite yet. I was just going to say we brought up Ghostbusters. They dropped this little bit of news today.
Okay.
With Ghostbusters 2, and I forgot to share. It came out of nowhere. They just all of a sudden announced that, hey, we've got the 1984 version of the Neutrona Wand, which is basically just the default base Neutrona Wand that we would, I think most of the fans were waiting for. Now they drop it and it's on sale. Like, boom, you can buy it right now. Hasbro Pulse. So I've definitely got to get this at some point. This is a must have. I have to have this.
So is this a Hasbro Pulse exclusive or
for now? But they said they're going to put it out. I think it's going to hit retailers in the next, like the upcoming weeks and stuff. But right now you can only get it at Hasbro Pulse. So but it's pretty much all the same features as the Egon Spangler.
Yeah. So theoretically, it could be cheaper at Amazon down the line if you hold off.
Pretty much. The only drawback is that the lucky ones that got the Egon, the Neutrona Wand before they changed. See how they put the orange tip on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I could have.
What's the orange tip for? Like, this is a fake weapon. We have to let you know.
No, that's
what.
Yeah, they had to. They had to do that. When they first shipped them out, they didn't have that, and then the next wave of Egon Neutrona Wands they put out, they put that on there for some reason. So
wow.
So I don't know. It's crazy.
Wow.
But talking about movies, going back to the DC universe. That was another thing I was going to segue into was that they had the big announcement. They actually cast Supergirl.
Yeah,
and I'm not as familiar with this girl.
So I if you've watched season 1 of House of the Dragon, I have. She kind of it seems like that's become her breakout role right now. Like that's what everybody seems to be really remember for. That's what I know her from. She played like for the first half of the season, she was this big main character named Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
But she only went through half the season. Then a big time jump happened, so they cast an older actress to play the older version of the character for the rest of the series. So she's already done with her time on House of the Dragon.
Gotcha.
So I did see the thing you're talking about when she was in the running with the other girl you're talking about, Meg Donnelly.
Yeah.
I had a feeling just because of what happened with Batgirl, because I was kind of rooting for Haley Lou Richardson to be cast as Batgirl when that was happening. So I thought the same thing was going to happen here. It's like the person I want. The person I would want just because of familiarity, I would want them to be Supergirl, but that means that the other girl's going to get cast. So I was like fully prepared that Meg Donnelly was going to get cast just because that's how things usually work.
Well, so Meg Donnelly does the voice work for Supergirl in the new Crisis on Infinite Earths animated series. But I did read an article talking about James Gunn has another role planned for her.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what it is.
I was gonna say I only know that girl from American. What was it called? American. It was American Wife or something like that, or American.
Meg
Mom.
Donnelly.
Yeah, she was the daughter of. It was
you talk about the show with
Katie Mixon.
Katie Mixon from Eastbound and Down, and Dieter Bader.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dieter Bader was the father. Yeah, she played the daughter. That's how I know her. So
I
was
knew
the only person out of the Supergirl casting that I knew.
I knew her from Zombies on Disney.
Because
my kids watch, They grew
Oh
up
yeah,
watching.
she looks like a Disney Channel
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah,
But I mean, I just don't know anything about her. She may have some good acting chops, but
she does.
So have any of y'all read Superman Woman of Tomorrow?
Mm-mm.
That this movie is supposedly
You mean
kind of
Superwoman, Woman of Tomorrow?
Superwoman, yeah. Or, no, it's Supergirl. I thought it was Supergirl.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Well, the first thing you said was Superman, Woman of Tomorrow, and I was like,
yeah, I meant Supergirl. Sorry. It's been a long day.
Superman's just trying to steal the thunder from everybody these days. Man. He's trying to take over
Woman of
Supergirl
Tomorrow.
story.
Yeah, have you read it?
Hey, Kara, I'm the real Woman of Tomorrow. Get out of here. He's just like, he's not even trying to be feminist. Like, no.
So have you read
Wow,
it?
so
or no?
they're going to film.
Okay.
I didn't know this. Look at this. I didn't know that. So, all right. So they're going to film it in March. They're filming it in Georgia, in Atlanta, I guess.
Yeah. They were doing some scouting probably 2 months ago in it somewhere near Atlanta.
Considering her casting, I did see that somebody had made a question to James Gunn about what her involvement will be in the Superman movie, like Superman Legacy. And Gunn responded, I never said she was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she's going to be, though. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking of context clues and the fact that the title is Superman Legacy. And there's a lot of stuff in like the casting that makes it seem like James Gunn is setting this story up in a world that's been lived in. Like, superheroes have been around for a bit. We're not going to be watching a Superman origin story.
Yeah.
So what my brain is kind of thinking here is, if this is what it looks like, Supergirl, I could see this being a way to introduce somebody to this new universe is by using Supergirl as a POV type character, someone to like ease someone into this new world. Someone they're going to follow for a bit, just to kind of give you that fresh eye take, even though it would still be a Superman movie. It'd be kind of like, how you would use Watson to kind of like, get a look at Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. And it very well could be. I was just like, he said, I never said she was going to be in the movie. That's not really denying.
Oh, yeah. That's just him being like, he's just being playful, secretive. But that's what I was thinking is like, if they use her kind of like one of those typical Supergirl stories where, how she gets reintroduced, with her, being frozen in like, oh God, because she left Krypton as a teenager, right?
Yeah, at the same time as Clark, but
but he was a baby, and then she got knocked off course. So her just showing up to the world is a good way to to kind of be the eyes of the audience to this new world.
But oddly enough, so James Gunn says this movie's loosely based on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which in the book, Supergirl's not on Earth. She's out traveling, planet to planet. Okay. Yeah, so I mean.
Well, it could be part of what you mean, the Supergirl movie.
Yeah, he said the movie is loosely based on. Well, when he came out and did his whole spiel about we're doing a Superman movie, we're doing this movie and this movie, and the artwork that he showed for the Supergirl movie was the cover to issue 1, and I think he even alluded to the fact that the movie's loosely based on this story by Tom King, and Tom King is in the writer's room. For the DCU. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see that, they don't have to go, hit the same as the comic. So I'm sure.
I mean, adaptations,
but
it just matters. Yeah. All that matters is that it's got to capture, engage the audience.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, if she has the spunkiness of playing Supergirl.
I guess we'll see. I'll say Rhaenyra is a very like her character. Rhaenyra was much more. It was kind of like that. Oh God, part of her storyline was her kind of coming of age and realizing that the world wasn't. She really didn't understand the world still, and she had to kind of see the dark side of it a little bit.
I see. Okay, so I see where you're coming from with the.
But I guess I'll say this. I've said this before in our text. Like I'm trusting in his. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt on his casting. he must have seen something, because I would say for the most part, his casting decisions in a lot of these blockbuster stuff has been pretty on point.
Yeah, it has.
You know, everybody he's cast, especially for these pivotal roles in each story, like they do the job that they were set out to do.
Yeah. So, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, Austin, continue.
Well, I think we can talk about, I guess, what's coming up in the McFarlane DC multiverse. I know that there was a bunch of these superpowers drops I had seen, and I was wondering if you were going to flip out over some of them, because I saw the.
Yes, I've already. Yes. So
I was going to say, I knew you.
Today has been a great day because today was G.I. Joe Day. So lots of new G.I. Joe reveals, and also these new superpowers figures. And okay, so the one I pre-ordered as soon as it went up was Blue Beetle. Obviously, that's my favorite, Ted Cord. I did pre-order Kilowog because
Nice.
I love the classic looks of the figures, of the characters, and you know that's right up my alley. And I love the superpowers figures growing up. So these are my jam, right? And I pre-ordered the Bug. I hadn't pre-ordered any other ones yet. I'm sort of oh god, look at that Ted Cord figure. Oh, and if you look on the box for the Bug, Booster Gold's sitting in one of the seats in the Bug, so you know Booster Gold's coming here soon as well. So I can't wait for that. But yes, that Blue Beetle figure is just fan freaking tastic. Yep,
Plastic.
And that is awesome. Just look at it. Just look at it.
It is. I really do love that. That does look really cool.
Yeah, and there's one, he's hanging off a rope, like when he exits the vehicle, you know, going down to fight crime. There it is right there.
Yeah, that is cool.
How tall are these figures? Are these like?
These are 4 or 5-inch figures.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, you know, like my Superman re-release I've got. It was basically just like a redo of the original Superman figure from the 80s that I had.
Okay. Yeah.
I was looking on the box. You said here it shows.
Yeah, right there. If you zoom in over there to the right, you can see there he is. His yellow hair sitting in the cockpit seat. Yep. So there's Booster Gold. That is awesome.
Wow.
I mean, you know, a lot of the McFarlane I like the McFarlane DC multiverse line. Okay, don't get me wrong. Would I change some stuff about the way these are made? Yes. There's lots of things that I hate. I hate the plastic diaper on them, and I hate what we talked about earlier, the little rings in the shoulders to give it that faux butterfly joint. But you know, he's been doing a little better lately, giving us the classic looks of these DC multiverse figures. But this DC's Direct Superpowers line is just it is the best. It is just the best. Look at this. So that Kilowog figure, if you click on it, that's a new mold. It's a little bit larger because he's a larger figure. Oh, that is so beautiful. I would have killed to have that in the Superpowers line when I was a kid playing with this stuff. That figure just looks so bad.
Kilowog is a beast.
Yeah. And when
I'm surprised they didn't give a green ring to go with him, though.
It is right there. Oh, you talking about a ring in the actual
like a ring, yeah, like a ring you
can
wear, yeah.
Well, I think the idea behind these, because they're only $9, they're only $10, right? So the idea is to limit the accessories unless it's absolutely necessary. And he's a bigger figure too. So
like Sinestro having the lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And then there is a classic Brainiac. That's awesome. Although I do prefer the robot looking Brainiac more so than the original than this one, which is, you know, the original. But that looks awesome. God, that looks awesome. I'm just a sucker for these, you know, classic looks of the characters, and I'll buy it. I don't know why I hadn't pre-ordered it yet. I'm just dumb. I'm probably going to go back and pre-order it.
What was the version you were saying you prefer of Brainiac?
The robot version.
Like
like the 80s superpowers. He's I wish I had a look for it. You could see like
okay. So you prefer more like Robot Brainiac to Alien Brainiac?
Yeah, to that one. Yeah, to that one.
I'll say this was a big announcement too when they announced this information. Because I mean, look, I know that some people will be like whatever about Catwoman, but I know a lot of people are probably wanting this Bat Pod.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Catwoman looks all right. Just look, she I mean, if you just aesthetically, she looks weird because of the legs.
I think is it to make her fit the Bat Pod better?
Yeah, it could be,
because the kind of like it's like a slight bow legging.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, kind of like slightly, and maybe to kind of fit the contours of the bike easier.
Navinjart said, I hopped on when they did Deathstroke. I have Deathstroke. He says he has all but a few, like Reverse Flash, that I've yet to find, or a few I've skipped, like Disco Nightwing, but it's super affordable and fun. My kiddos love it. Yes, they are super affordable at $9.99, except for freaking Black Manta. It was a Walmart exclusive, and he cost like $1 bajillion on the aftermarket because nobody can find it.
Scalping.
Yes. God, so if anybody finds a Black Manta and will sell it to me for a decent price out there in the internet world.
Oh yeah, the other thing, this new reworking, I guess, of the Dark Knight figure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is
so
cool.
Basically this looks like it's a new head and like a back accessory that goes on and connects to the neck.
Yeah, I don't remember that in the movie.
That's what holds the wings, like the glider wings.
Okay. It's just when he's kneeling down coming out of the window there, you don't see that neck piece right there that I remember. I could just be misremembering.
Because I do definitely remember, like when you see the back of it, I do remember him having that part on his back.
Sky Knight gets the award for best follower of this program for this comment. I appreciate it, Sky Knight, but I'll pay you, man. I'll pay you.
Pre-order ships in March. Well, what about the other one, the one that the other big release that they did recently?
Which one was that?
The
Batman.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
Wait for this. I'm glad that Ashley sent us the link as soon as he found out about
that's right. It sold out, didn't it?
It sold out. It keeps selling out too quick. I mean, I'm glad I was able to get a pre-order in for it.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't get one, and now I'm kind of thinking I should have gotten a pre-order in.
Hey, well, at least you pre-order Thrawn.
Yeah, I did pre-order Thrawn, but he's not sold out.
No, he's not.
I looked at Hasbro Pulse today. He's still there.
They probably did too many of him because they're probably like, look, there's going to be a lot of people that want this figure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
and look at that Nightwing. That Nightwing's awesome too down there, which is sold out. But again, click on that and you'll see the problem with the little rings around the shoulder. See how that emblem is supposed to go across the shoulders, but it just solid blue, and I don't like it, man. I just don't like it.
So you want something kind of like this? So like, because I finally opened these up. Finally opened up my No Way Home Spider-Man. So you're talking about something like this?
Yes, that looks perfect. Yeah. But the difference is I've never taken those apart. But
and plus that looks like a more solid like piece in the middle. That piece in the middle. It looks like it's in a joint and more solidly locked in with in the middle between the shoulder and the arm. Whereas if you look at the McFarlane one, it's just a tad bit looser and more.
Yeah, and sometimes
I don't want to say cheaper, but it does look. It looks like it's like a little ring. It's just like a little plastic ring that like Ashley said, you could spin it in place if you didn't have the arm in there.
So it looks like it's more of just a covering than an actual joint.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a cool figure. I wish I'd had pre-ordered him too. There's a time, I've sort of slimmed back on my DC purchases here lately. But with some of these DC Superpowers figures, it's just like I'm I'm sliding right back into the old ways, because especially this latest wave of DC Superpowers figures that they announced today. I'm just like I'm giddy. Yee! Like a little kid. I love them. That Blue Beetle.
If I were to get any of those of the ones you showed, probably Kilowog. I have a soft spot for Kilowog.
Mm-hmm.
And I only have one Kilowog figure, and I've never opened him. I got like the
movie one.
The big box, the movie. I've still not taken him out of his box. And for some reason, I guess stupidly, I thought he was going to increase in value, and I should just open him up.
Well, the latest leaks for McFarlane releases, and this is by no means real or legit, is Green Lantern movie figures.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't.
Wait, like Hal Jordan, like
Ryan
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I kept hearing people say that it was fake. So is it real or is it fake then?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said don't take it for truth. But
the cool thing would be, like, if they were to do a wave of that, I wouldn't mind Mark Strong Sinestro.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be an upside.
He did look great. Like, all the flaws of the movie. Yeah, it's it from a parody side. Yeah, okay, but that would be cool though, because I did dig like the design they did for him.
I just saw it floating around on the Facebook group, and I never like stopped to read. I just saw the list. I never stopped to read comments or anything. So it looked like everything else that people post. So I just took it for that's what I get for not continuing to read.
I've been noticing a lot of G.I. Joe drops recently. So I see here on the Hasbro Pulse Instagram page.
Oh yeah, the G.I. Joe
several characters.
Sell. Like I've noticed the G.I. Joe figures sell pretty well on Pulse.
Yeah, they do. They
like I would say on average, like the ones the lines, the brands I see the most often that sell out tend to be Transformers or G.I. Joe. Like the ones that tend to have figures that will sell out more often than not.
I can't wait for this wave of the X-Men 97 figures to come out. Man, I still got to get Wolverine, but I want Wolverine and Gambit from the first wave, and I've got to get this Cyclops. I want to get this Cyclops, and I really, really, really want this Nightcrawler.
Well, if you see Wolverine, you better snatch him, because his prices on the secondary market are going up.
Are they?
He's double. He's double now.
The really cool 2-pack that we saw, that was him and Sabretooth, where he has like the cool, like the civilian flannel outfit that he does.
Yeah.
And the alternate hat, or the alternate head with the hat, with the cowboy hat. Oh, that sold out fast. Apparently, I think that sold out like within the first day of it going live. Oh, wow. The pre-orders for it. But I didn't really care for a 2 set. I didn't want to buy a two character set, but that would have been cool to have.
This would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Now, did y'all know Ollie's had a big sale on all their Dungeons and Dragons like gaming stuff?
Yeah, because
did they have?
I got this a while back.
Oh, I remember when you showed that off, but like they had several other things apparently. Because in the ad they had like 4 or 5 different boxes of things, and
they also had like they had the figures that were like that were the cartoon series.
Yeah,
I remember Holly's has had almost all of them from that.
Yep, and they were on sale too for like 20% off the other day of their $9.99 or whatever it was price. So. Oh, here we go. Some NECA stuff.
Is that like
I know NECA? They've announced some teaser about Scream. Yeah, I really don't know. It's just things will be heating up this spring. I really don't know what else they'll put out of him. I really don't know, because they've already touched on the New York release, so I really don't know.
They're probably going to be at a standstill for that right now until figure out what to do with that series.
I will say this. Let me see if I can find it. But I did see like these Toonie figures they've got out. The newest ones, they're showing up here in the bottom. You can probably see from the picture the Superman and Joker. I saw both of them in stores, and yeah, they look great. I was going to try to find like better.
How much are they?
I want to say $16, $17, something like that.
That's just tough. That's a tough sale, man. When something that size and it doesn't have articulation, you know.
Right. I mean, they have a little bit of articulation, but not a whole lot. Like, I know their neck joints and stuff a lot of times are really good for you to manipulate their heads and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes arms will move, like arms and things will move, but yeah, for the most part, they're usually just immobile little statues. But I thought they had an actual preview page on NECA here for one of them, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, they look cool. I mean, they've got the new Pee-wee one that's out. They've got let's see. I want the Superman one for sure, and I wouldn't mind getting the Joker, but maybe one day soon they'll also put out like a Batman with it. The Superman looks really cool. He just looks classic.
I'm sure if they put out Superman and Joker, Batman's next. Or they could be like putting out Wonder Woman and somebody next just because they want people to keep buying to get to the Batman.
Yeah, not for sure. Yeah, I mean, because they're just the first two that they put out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I haven't really noticed anything major. I mean, they've got the dinosaurs line that dropped, and I've got Earl, but I've got to get Baby next. I've been seeing they've been dropping more Ninja Turtles. I've seen plenty of the Ninja Turtles 3 stuff and the Kino figures. I've been seeing Predator stuff popping up like crazy.
I go back up to that Monsterizer.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, when I for just a second there, I looked at that and I thought it said moisturize. Moisturize these monsters.
Yeah, this actually does look really cool though. This would probably go with my wife's Halloween set. Like,
oh, that is cool.
Yeah, you just put a monster on there and whatever, I guess, monsterizes them. But no, another thing they've been doing.
Could like your Frankenstein go on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I could put a Frankenstein or whatever on that. Yeah. But NECA's been doing these vault drops where like every day they'll put out stuff for sale from the vault. And I was going to show you. You can go to their page. Actually, wait, that's the thread. Whoops. Back up. I got it.
Do you know how to use the internet?
I don't think I do. I don't even know what the internet is. Let me pull it up. But yeah, they've got their.
But while he's looking for that, the Monsterizer, I think, is based off of, it's a nod to an older toy from like the early 80s. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
see, look, you can put Frankenstein here.
Yeah, I think Remco put it out back in the day with their Universal Monsters sets or toys, figures. Oh, look at those Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was
animations.
It's their versions from The Last Ronin. It's like from, because there's that whole backstory in The Last Ronin of like chronicling what happened to the turtles leading up to the final turtle. That's the last one.
They just announced
this. Like, this is throughout the story.
Yeah, I was going to say they just announced this 1/4 scale Joker. I feel like they might have done this before and it's a re-release.
Yeah,
but yeah. Similar. So if you want a big Heath Ledger, here's your chance. He's going to be huge. Probably won't fit in your house.
Man, those movies were awesome. Those movies were just awesome.
They were so good. I was going to say that there's something. Well, I don't know why they're not showing up, but they were doing these vault drops. I'm telling you, they started putting out they had some old Kill Bill figures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was just impressed that they were actually dropping those, but I'm not seeing the vault stuff now. But yeah, they've been doing little surprise releases, and yeah, it's awesome. They've
taking stuff out of the warehouse.
Really cool, neat stuff.
We found this box in the warehouse.
I would love, pretty much. I mean, I would love though, man, to get my hands on some sort of Kill Bill figures. Like they had, it was Black Mamba and the Grandmaster, I think, figures is what they put out. That would be cool to get one of those. But yeah. Oh, and one of the brides, but it was the one where she's real beat up and barefoot. But yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot of that stuff. They've been
The
dropping.
domestic dispute bride.
Yeah, exactly that one.
That sounds horrible. Why would you make that into a figure?
Because everybody wants that one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the news I know of. I mean,
well, there's the other big one from last week because we didn't get to talk about it.
What is that?
They revealed live action Thrawn Black Series.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
They
did.
We didn't get to talk about it, so let's share it. Let's talk about it. I bet it's right here on their main site.
Yeah,
I think if you
go to the Star Wars section, Austin, you don't need to use the internet.
You shop brands,
Star Wars, Black Series. Click down. Use your mouse. Just play it. That's aggravating.
Yeah. The audience doesn't know that both of these boys are going to get slaps when this is over. Also, like I am super excited for the Thrawn figure, which that's this is what we were talking about.
Does look really good.
If it comes out looking like this, he's going to look amazing. But God, I can't wait for this. But it's not. It's like right now. I think they got it January 1st, 2025. But I have a feeling that might change.
Yeah,
maybe it'll be
November,
pushed forward some.
October, November.
Yeah, something like that. But beyond him being announced, they announced a destroyer droid. A droid decal.
Yeah, I want to see it.
And it actually, you watched the stream, didn't you, Ashley?
Yeah, but
it rolls up.
They didn't do a good job of it because the guy who was doing it didn't act like he knew what he was actually doing. I'm just moving things, but it does look like it folds in pretty well. Yeah, I want to see a YouTube review or something from a real person.
Let's see. Well, it'll be out this summer. It looks like.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be weird to see it in a box too, because apparently they had to make a special box. Yeah, they had to do it. I bet it's gonna be like my Earl Sinclair box that's just like abnormally fatter than the normal NECA box. So that's gonna be weird. But no, the Hasbro poll or the Hasbro Black Series announcements. Yeah, I was super excited about that. Even the Phase 1 Clone Trooper, that's really cool. You get
if you want a classic Stormtrooper look.
Yeah. But I mean, it's also a new body type for the clones, right?
I believe so. I thought
body
it was
book or something.
Build.
I think they were announcing that this is the first one with the new body book or something like that. So I guess. I'm not too familiar with the differences in the bucks used for the clone troopers or any of the troopers for that matter.
I can't wait for my Annie to come out, man. He's going to be great.
Little Annie, little orphan Annie.
Little Annie. Oh, and I need to get Shin Hati to go with my Balin skull.
Oh yeah, you didn't get Shin Hati.
Yeah, I didn't get her yet. I want her, but I was like, I knew funds wise, I'm like, let me be good, but let me make sure I get Balin. And now that I've got him, I've got to get her. But
so Navin, how you say that? Navinjart. Anyway, the retro collection is I like the retro collection. I like the vintage Kenner too, but the Black Series is starting to grow on me a little more. I have way more retro collection and vintage stuff than I do Black Series.
I think the Black Series has just gotten even better since they've perfected the face sculpts.
Yeah,
they've really done a good job on these face sculpts, and then I guess they've just started to make better decisions on body sculpts or choices for if they have to reuse parts or whatever. I don't know. I've been pretty happy with most of my Black Series figures over the past couple of years.
Like their face sculpting has gotten so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
Like I'll look at especially like the biggest, like the most easiest one to look at these days, just see how really good it is just look at this Civil War Robert Downey Jr. sculpt.
Oh, that does look good.
Like that is
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
for
good.
for like $20-$25 figure. That is
And he's
really
got
well done.
the facial hair too. Like,
Yeah, he's got the facial hair. So yeah, like they've gotten really good. Like, just real quick here, Andrew Garfield's face.
yeah, I was gonna say I was really
the-
impressed with all these Spider-Man
No.
figures that just came out,
Yeah.
especially the main ones. They look just like them.
Yeah. So yeah, they've come a long way. They've gotten really good.
So I guess to end it, if we want to go around the room and do like recommendations, and I'll start since I just threw this on everybody. Oh, and by the way, I've seen John Wick 1, 2, and 3 now.
Oh, so you saw the third one?
Yeah, I'm looking for the fourth one, but it's not free yet.
No,
I can't find it.
It's not on Max, is it?
No, I looked.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one it was okay. Yeah, right. The second one a little better. The third one I really like.
There's a simplicity to the first one though that I still love and appreciate. And, I've said this before you even watched. I said, like, for me, the highlight and really like sets the tone for the movie of just like the type of action you're going to be watching, sets it for the series as a whole. To me, is the bathhouse sequence, the bathhouse through the club and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that really gives you like, this is the type of action you're going to be seeing. You're going to be and did you appreciate the fact that he counts his rounds?
Well, there were sometimes I'm like, especially in the third one, I'm like, dude,
he's reloading a lot.
He does, but I'm like, that's a lot of shots off of that one handgun.
You could say it has a modified clip.
Yeah,
but I will say it's more attention to detail than a lot of action movies.
Oh yeah,
especially when you see someone like popping off 12 rounds with a 6-shooter.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
I get it.
So, but yeah, the 2 and 3. Did you like Ruby Rose as a villain?
Ruby Rose just gets on my nerves for some reason.
As I said, there's a reason why she didn't have any dialogue.
Yeah,
there's a reason why she doesn't really have a career anymore.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about her. I just she irks me. But
anyway. How did you like Mark Dacascos?
Which one is he? I don't
know.
He
was Zero in the third one.
The bald-headed main chef.
Oh yeah.
He was a big fan of John Wick, so he's like, it's an honor to fight him to the death.
So when I'm watching the third movie, it's like, okay, so this is basically like the Bruce Lee movie, where
Game of Death.
Game of Death.
He's going through all the rooms.
He's just running through the levels here.
Yeah,
fighting the next bad guy. So. And he's walking up the stairs to do it,
And before he gets to the main boss battle, which is a basketball player.
Yeah.
I think you'll like the fourth one when you finally get to watch it, man. Although the fourth one, man, there are points when you're just gonna be like, man, John, it's just like I feel nothing but pity for you at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, and the body count and the action, him.
Yeah. I was gonna say he does, like, he takes some licks. And like more so the third movie, you say by the end of that movie, John Wick took some licks, right?
Yeah,
he takes some licks in the fourth one that, like, it's wild. And Donnie Yen is a fantastic addition to the.
Donnie Yen is the
world. Like,
he's the cherry on top.
Really, because his character is a blind assassin.
Yeah,
and he was retired and he's brought back in for a reason with the story, but. What's really fun is, like, since he's blind, they come up with like creative ways for like how would a blind assassin kind of like set up stuff, because he kind of thinks a little bit like John in that, like, I think ahead. You need to think ahead before you walk into a situation. So he does that with this little blind twist to it, and it makes for some really interesting, creative action sequences.
Oh yeah.
So have y'all seen the or are watching the what's the name of the show? What's the name of the hotel?
Oh, the Continental.
The Continental. Have you seen that?
I have not watched it yet. I need to. I've heard it's okay. I haven't heard the greatest. Like because I don't know. Like, a lot of people. One of the big things a lot of people loved about the John Wick series was like this world building of like this, this underground, network of assassins that have their own code of honor and rules that you have to abide by. Although kind of, it did get a little ridiculous in the second movie where John's just like killing multiple people out in the middle.
Oh, I know. That's the one thing I don't get. It's like, okay, you're walking down the street shooting people.
I was gonna
no
say
cost.
the second one got a little ridiculous with that, and the fourth one just because like there's a sense of desperation with the fourth one that it like sometimes it's like that's I get it,
Yeah.
but they do dial back from that second one in terms of like just public murder going on right in front of
Gotcha.
like all these people.
Gotcha. Well, last thing I'm going to recommend is if you're a Star Wars fan, I just finished the book, Star Wars Inquisitor.
Yeah, Rise of the Red Blade. Yes,
that was a pretty good book. It was a pretty good book. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And goes into a lot of backstory about how they became Inquisitors, how they were chosen, all that kind of good stuff. And you see the little manipulations in the Emperor and how he had spies and stuff in the Jedi Temple throughout the whole time.
He just had he had an enormous amount of resources for a man that managed to really keep his identity secret.
Yes, I know.
Decades.
I know. But it's a good book. Go out, check it out if you're a Star Wars fan. Okay. Anybody else got anything to say?
I was gonna say we've been catching a few movies here and there. One in particular, we finally watched the new Aquaman, and I didn't hate it. It was decent.
Yeah, it's decent. I told you it was decent.
I'll watch it eventually if I can get a chance to. I don't think I'll be seeing it in theaters now, but
it's already on digital. So
yeah, I was going to say I watched it on digital.
Oh, okay, so I'll watch it on Max soon.
I will say this though, I kind of regret not finding it or waiting for it to come out in 3D because there is a lot of 3D gimmicks in this movie.
Yeah,
that's one thing I noticed. It like just what they do. I'm like, yeah, this translates to a 3D movie. Like basically, I bet the movie is 10 times better in 3D because they probably made it and were like, yeah, what are we going to do? This is garbage. And so they just started doing all this, like catch. Because I mean, it's a pretty simple movie. But
were there a lot of interrupted explosion moments, like interrupted conversations with explosions? That was like a little peeve I saw some people would bring up about the first one. There'd be this scene where people are like, like they're trying to figure out where to go, or like they're talking about what's going on. Then all of a sudden, the scene gets interrupted by an explosion.
Oh yeah,
he's talking with.
I mean, there is a lot of that.
Attacks,
or like he's up on the him and Mira are like doing a little treasure hunt thing on the island, and then he's like, "Oh, I think I know where to go." Boom! A statue gets blown up.
Yeah.
The thing though, that when I'm watching it, like just watching the caliber of actors, it's pretty sad. Like when I'm watching it, that like I feel. At times, I felt like Dolph Lundgren was the best one of the group.
Oh my gosh!
Like he was out acting Nicole Kidman, and definitely out acting. This is one thing I have to say. I love Jason Momoa. I'd give him a big.
He's not
hug.
the best actor though.
I love him in a lot of movies, but in this movie, for some reason, I don't know if he was just phoning it in or just got too. I don't know.
He got wind of what was happening with DC, and he just kind of it deflated the sales. He was like, I'm not going to be Aquaman much longer.
It felt like it didn't feel. Yeah, to me, to be honest though, it just felt like, like when the actors are like, well, no, my character is me, and then that character then becomes more of them and them actually portraying the character from the comics or whatever.
Yeah, it
felt like he had become in this one. It was more like Aquaman became Jason Momoa, then Jason Momoa became Aquaman.
Yeah.
So it just got, it would start to feel odd where then when he would have these serious moments where he would have to give dialogue or like emote or give exposition to plot, it felt very wooden and very just like he's reading a piece of paper. And I'm like, okay. Ugh.
Well, quick yes or no question then. How did you like Patrick Wilson in it?
Well, I was going to say Patrick Wilson was the highlight of the movie to me. He was him and Black Mantis or Manta, whatever you say his name.
Yeah, Black Manta.
Yeah. I was going to say no, but Patrick Wilson, I love Patrick Wilson. I want to meet Patrick Wilson, and I'm so scared that he's going to disappoint me in some way, but I don't think so. Maybe he'll live up to the hype because I think he's a great dude.
Yeah, I think he is too.
I'll do a recommendation next time.
No, you go ahead.
Recommendation. I was gonna say go play Spider-Man 2. That was fantastic.
That's what I've got to play.
Fantastic
man.
story.
I'm
I
dying to play
for you, Austin, but fantastic. Like I said this to Ashley and Austin after I finished. Like how did like Insomniac Games do a better job of building out a Spider-Man universe than Sony has, in like a lot more amount of time to work with it?
Dude, it is awesome. Spider-Man 2 is awesome.
Great.
Can't wait. I cannot wait.
I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go back and play it again now.
Yeah.
Do it.
I still have one trophy left to get, so I probably will. So I can get that platinum for my PlayStation 5.
I got it.
Huh?
It's an easy platinum game. Like, well, I mean, I don't mind that though, but I know some people are like, it's too easy. Not worth it.
Oh, you gaming nerd.
It's a good story. It's a great story. Fantastic game story.
All right.
All right, all my
Enjoyed
babies,
it.
my Sky Knights, my Navin J-Arts, and all my beautiful babies. Have a
Navin
good night.
J-Art.
Woo, woo.
All right. See y'all guys later.